Servus. Now let us see if I am talking. So.
Let's see if I am talking.
Yes. Perfecto. So, hello people of this world. Good morning, good day, or good evening. How are you? How have you been? It's been a few days, I think. And I want to start a new world. What are we gonna call it? Dumbwood. Dumbwood. God damn, it's loud. Jesus. Let me turn that down real quick after loading screen is done, and let me turn on my fan because it is hot in my room. So if you hear it, I couldn't care less. My today's topic that I want to mainly focus on, because I was just in that kind of an experience, overreacting, over exaggerating, and pretty much anything that has over in it. Overreacting is something that many people do in many situations. There's the funny overreacting, and there's the very much not so funny. Let's turn it down to 20, shall we? Just for yeah, I think that's the. Let's go on stream and listen what it sounds like.
So
I'm being called. No, I ain't. Wait. Why is it stuck?
I'm being called.
No.
I ain't.
Break so I can
Wait.
hear.
Why is it stuck? I'm being called. No, I ain't.
Perfect.
Break so I can wait.
I'm gonna call the person back. I apologize. I am back now. Overreacting. There's multiple versions to overreacting, and I want to talk about mainly one of them. But I am going to show you the different kind of versions, I think. So I'm gonna call them versions. It's stupid, but I think you get my point. One of these versions of overreacting is the funny kind of way. When you are playing a game, let's say Overwatch, right? You are playing a game and you die to an annoying enemy. That's when you start some people start to rage a bit. And I think if you're playing alone, that overreacting isn't gonna be a big thing, because excuse me, because to be honest, perfect. If I play every time I play alone, I never really rage. I never hit my leg or something. I don't throw my controller. But every time I play with friends, it's more funny if you rage. So I often, rage a bit. It's not like I'm playing that I'm angry. I am. I just actually let it out a bit. And it's funny, it adds to the game, to the gameplay. And that's the simplest and best version of overreacting. The best case of it, I'm gonna call it. Then there is the overreacting when you are excited for something. Let's say you get a gift, it's something really bad, but you really love it anyway, and you start crying and stuff. And that's also a very good overreacting. It's cute, it's fun, it's whatever, right? Then there's the bad overreacting. That's the overreacting where you make big things out of small. That's how do you translate this? Make an elephant out of an fly is kind of a German thing. Which means if I'm having a discussion with about something, and I say it's a bad example. I just hint at something, like if you and I were to have a discussion, and I were to hint that I think you're bad, just give a hint that I think that, and you start screaming at me or calling me names and starting to go on a full-on rant about it. Excuse me. That's the bad kind of overreacting. Excuse me. That's the kind of overreacting that I personally hate. Who would have thought? Because in the last few months, I've been trying to stop overreacting about stuff, trying to get myself on a different mindset. And I am listening to this rapper called Little Darky, and I love his message, and I'm trying to spread it in a very normal. I don't go out saying race is fake, but if I talk to someone, I don't care what their culture or color of skin is, because as Lil Darky once said, under our skin we are all pink. And I think it's very moving how he is accomplishing his way of spreading the message. And I'm trying to get myself into that, or I am getting myself into that mindset. And before I was very negative about everything. I often I never really smiled. I never went out to talk to people. I never did this and that. And I always only saw the worst in stuff that could happen. But now I started to see good stuff happening. I don't care about other people's negativity and try to put out as much positivity as possible. I'm not the best at it. I'm not saying I'm good at it either. But I'm trying my best, and I think it's helping me mentally immensely. And I really I learned how to value myself and really like myself for who I am, which is really nice because it feels good to feel good with thought. That's why I really am trying to just spread the message. Okay, but I got off track a bit. I was in a situation just a few minutes ago. I'm not gonna go into full-on details because it is even childish of me to talk about this situation instead of just letting it go. But as I said, I do have to. I just want to talk about it. It feels better to relieve myself of stuff like that. And against that person who just had that, I had the problem with, I don't spread any hate. As I said, I only want positivity. But it was a full-on discussion, overreacting about little stuff. What I said was, I don't appreciate this and that. The person said, but you never told me, so it's not my problem that you don't appreciate it. So I told the person, yeah, no, this, ananas. And this little discussion of me saying I don't like that that person does that turned into no contact no more. And it wasn't on my behalf, that was the person's idea. I didn't like the idea, but I didn't say that because after making such an, just bringing out such an idea because of such a small thing, I did think maybe it is better to just go no contact. And I do not regret it a teensy weensy bit. After all things have to end. It's not like I'm gonna be talking to that person forever. Yeah. And in that point, I try to stay calm and state my critique. With that person, she likes gaslighting me, I don't know. She never noticed. And she always said, yeah, you can't handle my critique. Which was the exact opposite. I loved hearing people talk about what I could do better. And I really tried to better myself. And I am way happier with myself and the things I changed. But some people just don't want, just I can't make everyone happy, you know. And I may have overreacted a little bit in immediately trying to talk to that person about what annoyed me instead of just calming down a bit first, because my words weren't the best, I don't think. But I didn't insult them or anything. I just stated my problem, and as I said, I think the way it happened is just what I guess was supposed to happen. I can't change it, and I won't linger on it anymore, but I will be thinking about it a bit. I'm not gonna let it bring me down or hurt me in any kind of way. I'm just gonna enjoy my stay right now and how I feel, and that's all I'm gonna do for now. Another thing with overreacting about stuff is you often tend to get emotional. It's not always like that. You often may, but it's not necessarily like that. And if you're emotional, you're gonna be quite unstable in the things you are saying. If you're really sad, you're gonna be saying sad things. You're not gonna be like, oh, life is so good. And I personally, I only really overreact in games. As I said before, I have fun doing it, only if I'm with friends. And I try to handle every situation best I can, which doesn't always work out, but it sometimes does, I guess. And I'm quite happy with that. Another thing is, many people, how you say, get gaslit, I would say. And gaslighting, of what I understand of gaslighting, is if I tell, or someone tells me to, or asks me, hey, can you take out the trash? I say, oh, I'm kind of busy right now, and that person says, that's fine. Like my mom. And then she comes back home and says, um, why didn't you take out the trash? I told you to do so, blah blah blah. And trying to make me believe that she told me so, which is not the case. My mom is great. um, I don't know why people do that. Some people just can't admit that they are wrong. And I get it. It's just kind of embarrassing to admit to something that you are wrong about. But I think it's very important to do so anyway. Because if you start gaslighting people and lying and making everyone but yourself seem like the bad person, you are gonna have problems sometime in your life. And it doesn't do anything good. You're just gonna drive away the people that you like and that liked you before. And it doesn't do anything good. And that's my opinion on like gaslighting and thing. I think it's the majority of people who think the same. I don't think anyone thinks gaslighting is good or has any kind of potential use for good stuff. Yeah. One thing about overreacting is it often is used as a manipulation toy. I'm gonna call it, I guess. An example would be a bit of blackmailing, like I'm gonna cut myself. I'm gonna hurt myself if we can't talk right now, or if we couldn't talk right now. It's like over exaggerating and overreacting. And some people do it to get the stuff that they want to get. If you want to get a Nintendo, then some people are just gonna be like, Mom, Dad, if you don't get me that Nintendo, I will be hurting myself. And if the parents then say like something like no, then the kid is angry enough, and there's the emotional part of overreacting again. That person is, or that kid is angry or sad that it can't get what it wants. So out of pure anger, it's gonna overreact and start actually doing something to themselves, which is stupid, first of all. I never understood why you would hurt yourself, or why you would want to, anyway. And this is no hate against people who have experience with that. I would love to actually talk to one person who has dealt with self-harm before, but in a mature way, not in a, oh, I'm so petite and I want attention kind of way. I actually want to talk about self-harm with a mature person, and I would really enjoy that, to be honest. I would actually want to know how much of what I'm thinking about self-harm is actually right, or if everything is wrong. Um, yeah, I'd love that. To the topic of someone proving me wrong. I never had the, let's say, chance to be proven wrong in something. Which doesn't mean I think I'm always right. But there just was never someone I could talk about stuff where I think I was right. In my surrounding, I don't know any people who self-harm themselves, or any people who drink a lot of alcohol. I don't know people like that. And I would love to talk about, especially people who use drugs like weed and stuff. I would love to talk about if they think if they have an addiction and other stuff like that. Oh, addiction is also a good topic. I think I covered that though. It's fine. Something I never understood about addictions as well is I the I get the biological. I'm gonna call it biological. I don't think it's the right word though. About addictions. If you're smoking for 10 years straight and you want to stop, and you just one day decide I'm not gonna smoke no more and just don't touch a cigarette for the rest of the day. As from what I have seen and heard, you're gonna start shaking or something like that. You're gonna be on withdrawal. And I get that. That's like an actual thing, which I understand about addiction. But aside from these withdrawal effects, what is stopping someone from actually just not smoking anymore? Or that's just an example. Let's say another addiction, small one that many people maybe have. A small addiction, like, shit. Um, hmm. Let's say you like to drink a lot of cola or a lot of soda, just any kind of sweet drinks. I get it, it's nice, and you wouldn't think it hurts you. Which, my opinion on it fucking doesn't, as long as you don't only drink soda or cola or something like that. I personally did drink a lot of soda, but since I started working out, oh no, yeah, I am. Since I started working out, it's been reduced to no cola, no soda, or something like that, but only just water, which is fine. And that's the thing I am trying to say. I never understood addiction well, in any kind of addiction. I understand the kind of withdrawal effects that some addictions have have, but I never understood the rest of addiction. Never understood how you could just not. I don't know. Never understood how you could just not stop. Just stop smoking or something like that. I never got how people can't do it. And again, I would love to know more about that. I would love to talk to someone who has problems with stopping to smoke or something like that. But again, I don't know many people but my parents and their friends maybe who smoke. I don't want to talk to them about that. Let's get on another topic. Body shaming. A very trendy topic, I think. Many people talk about nowadays. There we are. Overweight people, which I am counting myself to. There are many more overweight people than there were back then, I would guess, to be honest. I am myself I'm not unbelievably overweight. Like, I'm still a functioning human. I can still do all my stuff. But I am a bit chubby, I would call myself. But I am seeing kids often, very often, small kids, 5 years old, who have the same amount of body fat that I do. And every time I see a kid like that, I am disgusted by the parents, and I am just disgusted by just how much of a normal thing that has become. Like, that child that I saw was very, very fat. And I am body shaming. Again, yeah, right. I was talking about body shaming. I was immensely disgusted. Disgusting. But in the end, the kid I'm gonna say the kid can't. It's not the kid's fault, you know. If the parents let the kid eat too much sweets or something like that, I don't know what that kid ate to get that much weight, but that's the parents' fault because that kid was just way too young to really understand what importance it had to be fit and healthy. And the other kind of, there are a few types of fat people, I'm gonna say. It's kind of insulting, I guess, but it's fine. So there's the chubby and fat people who are really ashamed of themselves, really unhappy with their body, and they really want to start working on their body. These are the people I respect, and I would never ever look at them weird or do anything like that. I respect people who want to work on themselves. Then there are people who want to glorify obesity, which to a point is, for me, just not understandable anymore. Mm. First of all, I don't think that fat is beautiful, and I like. I don't like if I were to talk about dating women. I wouldn't date a very obese woman. I like a bit of chubbiness. Not too much, but a bit. It's very, very cute, and yeah, that's just my personal preference. I don't know why I'm talking about that. But um yeah, I don't understand why you would want to glorify obesity in a just in a way of that everyone should be obese and fat. I don't know why people think that's beautiful, and I don't understand why people would do so. On it was a TikTok, of course, where I saw that, and luckily there were many people who disagreed with that idea of glorifying obesity. Hey, this doesn't look too shabby, does it? Oh no, it does look really bad though. Um, and I just don't really understand. I would love a jungle, I think. Or living underground. Oh, interesting. Um, a, and I'm slowly getting to my point about body shaming. Excuse me. I'm slowly getting there. Wait, let me learn how to talk again. I need a sip of water. Where's my water? Ah, there we are. Um, so body shaming is something that happens in many kind of ways. And as I mentioned before, if I see a obese person, a fat person, who is trying to lose that weight, really trying to work on themselves, I respect that with all my heart. And I support them in any way I can, and I see them as normal human beings. But if there's gonna be a person who says glorify obesity and is gonna be like, oh, fat, being obese is beautiful and you should be happy in your body and stuff. Yeah, you should be happy in your body. You should feel good, but it's unhealthy for your body. You're gonna die with 30 if you're gonna start eating like a whale. And body shaming is, if I were to see people who really want to work on themselves get, called fat and stuff, I would just not like that, to be honest. I don't know if I would step in between because I myself am a pussy and I am still fat. I mean, I would, but still, um, I wouldn't get why people would do something like that. And recently, I have been in the gym with my mother. I convinced her to come with me. She isn't fat, to be honest. She's a bit more chubby than an average woman, and it's fine. Um, and I convinced her because she wanted to really start working on herself. I convinced her, hey, come with me. We tried it. And she felt so watched and so unhappy because there were like women behind us, and she thought these women were talking about her. And, look at that woman, how fat. I assured her that that just is not the case. What the? Ew, what are you? A bunny? Oh, a bunny. I assured her that that is not the case because in most gyms, you are not gonna get body shamed. You are gonna get respect for, starting to wanting to start on, to wanting to work on yourself. Something like that. I think you get what I mean. You would get respect, is what I'm trying to say. And I told my mother that, and I think it really helped her. How do you? This game. I've been playing too much other games. Okay, Ocean Tour, baby. And the gym should be a place where no one has to feel like they are being watched because they are overweight. The gym is a place where you should feel free and be able to really concentrate on your workout. And that is what a gym is supposed to be like. And body shaming is I didn't really put my opinion on it. Body shaming is dumb. I don't like body shaming. It is stupid and it's useless. But I would say it is good for some people. And some people, I mean, are like the people who want to glorify obesity. Because that is just not it for me, buddy. Buckaroo. Oh, damn. Yes, I'm scared of the fucking ocean. Oh no. I'm riding into the sunset. How nice. Yeah, body shaming is under no circumstances good. But I would rather say something against people who body shame someone that is trying to work on himself. I would rather help that person. But if that kind of person is a person who says, "Oh, glorify obesity," I would definitely not help that person in any kind of way under any kind of circumstances. Because if these persons themselves say, "Hey, glorify obesity, it's beautiful," then that's on them. That's not my battle to be fought. Yeah, good opinion, good talk. Um, another thing. Another thing. Huh. You little monkey, get your butt. Yeah, yeah, go sleep. I need another little topic. Give me a second, I will think of one. Break. Oh, why is it so laggy? Ah, damn. Hey! Um, relationships, friendship. I got all those topics. I chewed them through. What about Hey, this is not too shabby. What about... Hey, this is not bad at all. Maybe a little... Oh yeah, nice view. Oh, nice little island. Interesting. Should I... Yeah, I'm building up here. This is it. This is the place. Yeah, still need another topic. Yoink. And just take these and this and maybe that. Confessing love, maybe. Maybe that's something to tingle tingle my vocal cords. Yeah. No. Communication. That sounds a lot better. Communication. Communicating is something that in every situation is often... Anthony Saurus. I apologize, I can't say your name. Hello. Conversation and conversing and communicating is something that is for everything just important. It's needed in relationship and friendships, and it is very useful in them as well. Something, oh yeah, something I have learned from my past. 1, 2. Dann geht's so 1, 2 hoch, 1, 2 hoch. Dann 1, 2. Würde ich so machen. Is this bedrock? It indeed is. I am too poor to own an PC. Okay, where I've lost my point. God damn. So. Oh my god, call me Döner. I'm your biggest fan. I love your live streams. Oh my lord, Janitor Adam. Janitor Adam V2. How about you call me on my phone right now? Maybe you can talk something out, huh? How about we talk a bit? So where was I before? Ja, das sieht ja auch dann wieder scheiße aus, ne? Right, I lost my point again. Conversation and just communicating with each other is the most important thing in a relationship and friendship. That seems about right. If you are in a relationship, you are going to need to talk about a lot of stuffs. Who would have thought? Alter, jetzt rufst du mich wirklich an der Du scheiß Spasti. Hi.
Oh my god, is this Kobe Dinner?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm your biggest fan, bro. Oh
Oh
God,
my
I was already like,
gosh.
oh my fucking God, brothers. Oh my.
Warst du
I
nicht,
knew this day would come.
warst du nicht Black Mirror am Schauen?
Hä?
Warst du nicht Black Mirror am Schauen?
Ich bin das gerade am Schauen. Während ich rede.
Ey Junge, dieser Typ, der auch im Chat war, Anthony,
Ja.
hat gefragt, wie man joint. Ich hab den jetzt einfach ignoriert, so ich hab voll Angst, dem jetzt zu antworten.
Anthony, he likes you. He wants you to join
Der ist
him.
der ist weg schon.
Schade, schade. Willst du jetzt zocken? Red mal dein Ding da zu Ende und dann...
Ja, mach ich.
Okay, ich
Lad
sag
mich
jetzt
mal
ein
ein.
Wort, das eigentlich nicht auf YouTube sein.
Nein! Okay, people of the day. I will now be ending the stream right here. I will not be building anything. And we shall see each other next stream, where I will be playing on this world again. I hope all of you have a great night, and if you see your families, say hello to them for me. Tell them the big German man. Tell them the big German man said